To talk a little bit about the fishery from a safety aspect of the changes I see in that span of 50 odd years since I started in a boat, we had aboard the long liner that I would have fished on in the 60s. We had those what we like to refer to as horse collar life jackets that were aboard, and they were great pillows in our bunks, but we never ever took them out. And when we went in the skiff or in the punt or the dory or whatever we were fishing from, we never had them. We never had any flares. We had nothing. My dad's mantra was, you have a rode and a grapple, and you have oars if you're in a rowboat, so you can row yourself to safety if you need to be. But in terms of falling out of the boat and any of that kind of equipment, it was unheard of. Flares, that was just not. It was not there. You didn't have it, and you didn't think about it. And fast forward to the late 70s, early 80s, when I got into the fishery full time, same thing. We had no life jackets, never thought of life jackets. We were fishing from skiffs and speedboats then, and we'd take loads of fish and come in for the fishing grounds, and with the boat flat on the water and no thought of safety. You always thought you were safe. Now when I look back at it now, it scares the living daylights out of me. A few days ago, just to take it, I had some grapples out to my wharf for boats for the summer for me and my family, and the last boat's coming up, and I've got to retrieve the grapples. So me and my brother does it, and I'm saying, we got to put life jackets on. Before we get aboard the boat, to just go there where there's only 3 or 4 feet of water, but we have life jackets on. That's how far that we've come, right? And that's because collectively we've educated ourselves on the need for safety. That didn't happen because I woke up one morning and said I got to save myself. I got to be more concerned about it. That happened because we've been involved as a fishing industry. We've been involved in safety through our work with Transport Canada, which I've been going to for years and years and years, to the Transport Canada meetings, through work we did with the FFAW back in the late 80s when we brought in the Lifeline course and went out and got fishermen into rooms, 5,000 or 6,000 fishermen in the course of a couple of years. We got into rooms and had those discussions, brought the people in from Transport Canada, brought the people in from Marine Institute, brought the people in from Coast Guard, and got talking about the need for safety. We formed an organization called Fishermen's Training Incorporated, which started off going out and doing the safety training, the safety piece, and then from that spawned the need for a professional organization. I remember the first time I heard that, I was in a community on New World Island teaching and managing a fishing enterprise course back in 1987, when the first time that was mentioned on a conference call is that that's what we need. And Professional Fish Harvesters Certification Board, which we formed through provincial legislation back in 1996, I guess the legislation was passed. It was 97 before the board was actually set up. Right, and big part of that board's mandate was a safety mandate, but it's still taken till today, and the job is still not completed. That's why you're here today. That's what you're working at. We've now come to the point where we got an association that's working full time at safety awareness and bringing it back to harvesters, the need for doing it, and to the point that if you go out into my home community now where they still fish single-handedly and 2 people, man and wife mainly, in a speedboat fishing lobster, but you won't see one of those leave the dock now without they have life vests on. You won't see it.